Remember when you were a kid and you ate off the kids' menu when you went to a restaurant? But then there came the day when your dad or your mom, they said, go ahead, order whatever you want. You can even order off the adult menu. Do you remember that? And so you ordered everything you'd always wanted on the adult menu. You got the triple cheeseburger, the large fries, the large malt, and a sundae for dessert. And you got sick. Do you remember that? Well, if you grew up in church as a little kid, you likely learned kids' menu-sized lessons. In Sunday school, you learn that we are all the most important part of God's creation. We are who God loves more than anything else. As kids, that made us happy and safe and secure in the little small world of a kid. But then we become adults, and this notion that we are the most important part of God's creation and that God loves us more than anything else, those kid menu lessons, somehow they don't sometimes seem adequate anymore. Because as an adult, you have adult stuff. You experience pain and hurt. You experience how complicated and challenging life is. You see how broken the world really is. Today, I want to suggest that science is like picking up the adult menu. It allows us to see the depth and the breadth of God's love as an adult. I mean, think about it. David put it this way in Psalm 8. When I look at the night sky and see the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars you set in place, what are mere mortals that you should think about them, human beings that you should care for them? Yet you made them only a little lower than God and crowned them with glory and honor. I think the author of this psalm was encouraging us to see the depth and the breadth of God's love and the intricacies of creation, intricacies that we can only see through science. For example, science reveals to us that God loved us so much, that God made us in such a way that when we get cut, our blood will clot to keep us from endlessly bleeding. Have you thought of that? Science reveals to us that God loved you so much that when you are in the sun, God made your skin in such a way that it absorbs nutrients from the sun. God reveals to us that God loved you so much that God created your body with unbelievable intricacies. You have all these bones, 206, that are attached to one another with tissues and ligaments. Every 15 seconds, your body produces 25 million new cells. You have between 60,000 and 100,000 miles of blood vessels in your body. If you laid them end to end, they would wrap around the earth 3 times. And pound for pound, your bones are stronger than steel. Science reveals to us that God loved you so much that you have opposable thumbs. I watch my dog, and I can't imagine how frustrating life would be without opposable thumbs. You see, here's what I love about science. Science makes God's love bigger. Science reveals how big God's love for you and for me really is.